What's up? We have another Destiny 2 update, 9.0.0.6. Let's see what they have to say. So activities, the portal training tiers are now disabled for players upon reaching power 200. Modifiers reloading in solo and fireteam mobs is now possible after reaching power level 200, even if the training tiers were never completed. Fixed an issue where the reward multipliers in the reward forecast and in the activity complete post-game carnage report were not correct in different directions when under fireteam power unless a loadout changes mid-activity. Fix an issue where players could not reconnect grandmaster portal activities when they were disconnected. Fix an issue where players at exactly 450 power received grade A score would receive no scored rewards. Okay. Crucible trials. Fix an issue where the trials firing squad seasonal challenge was not rewarding tiers trials gear when claims. Fix an issue where lighthouse chest rewards were sometimes giving lower gear tier than expected. Issue fix an issue where trials gliding triumphs were not counting medal progress. Fix an issue where the efficiency display was displaying incorrect stats on the scoreboard for trials. Fix an issue where special ammo was being refunded each round in trials. Wait, were we not supposed to get ammo back? So we use your shotgun ammo, let's say, then you have no more ammo. Next round you weren't supposed to have ammo. I don't know if I like that change, brothers and sisters. I don't know if I like that. Like, I understand like not letting the ammo build up because that can create a snowball effect. Get that, okay? You get so many kills, you get your meter, and you end up with, let's say, 3 shots of sniper or shotgun. Then you go to the next round and you're like, you don't have the ammo. I understand that, but having no ammo at all, okay. I don't know. Crucible ops. Fix an issue where bonus focus rewards would sometimes not drop. Fix an issue where the feature reward would sometimes not drop. Update competitive weapon drop chance to now trigger on activity completion instead on victory. Okay. Update additional rewards chance to now be earned by all players instead of only one player on each team. Increase the gear tier earned by B+ grade at a reward rank bronze and silver. C+ and B grade thresholds have been lowered for reward rank copper and bronze. This improves the chance of players will receive a bonus drop and bonus focus drop. Okay, I don't know how I feel about the competitive. Like, it's the competitive weapon. You get wins, you have to get wins to get it, but now you can just get it on completion. I mean, they already pretty much, you could already pretty much farm competitive to get the weapon, unlike the previous seasons where you only play 3 games and you get that 1 drop, and you can do that on all 3 characters, and that was it pretty much for the week. Now you can just play it all you want and you get drops, but you had to get wins. Now it's just like you don't even have to get wins. I can see people like just going into, well, I guess you can't really like AFK in there because that's, you have more of a chance higher rank you get. So I guess it's good. I would still prefer it to be on wins, and higher you get, more of a chance you get on your wins. It just gets people to actually try. Now people really don't have to try. Vanguard fixed an issue where the daily nightfall playlist activity would sometimes not be available. Raids in dungeons reduced incoming strand grenade damage on Atheon in the Vault of Glass. Fixed an issue where players could not access specific dungeons after picking up their associated quests. Fixed an issue where the decoherent imminence debuff in the desert proportional would sometimes disappear. Okay. UI UX. See, we restored the director's vibrancy to its pre 9.0.0 version of visuals with additional minor aesthetic enhancements to complement post the final shape layout changes. That I'm glad they fixed the the directory. It did look, I don't know who thought that was a good idea. I understand they want us to play in the portal, that's their new focus, but like this taking all the color away from the planets and stuff, and you tabbed over. I don't sometimes I just don't get why Bungie does some things, or some developers, period. Gameplay and investment. Exotic armor. Titan. Wishful ignorance. See, reduce maximum damage bonus in PvE activities from 200% to 120%. That's a lot. Yeah, that's a big nerf. 200 to 120. Okay. Warlock. Verity's Brow and Spirit of Verity updated to strands grapple melee and additional update to give strands grapple melee and additive damage increase instead of a multiple one. See, increase the maximum grapple melee damage bonus from 100% to 170%. So they buffed that. Armor mods fixed an issue where some ammo generation chests mods were not working in the Crucible. Fixed an issue where tuning mods were not properly saved to loadouts. Weapons, both. Fix an issue where Fortunate Stars had the wrong intrinsic perk precision when it was intended to have a lightweight intrinsic. This bow was built to be a lightweight with those animations, values, and stat / perk combos. Players should see these updates on their previous required versions of the weapon. Fix an issue where Fortune Stars, when dropped at tier 2 and higher, would drop with a non-intrinsic version of Eye of the Storm. Yeah, Eye of the Storm. Actually, I got that. Yeah, and you couldn't do anything about it. Players should see the perk become intrinsic on previously required versions of the weapon that were geared tier 2 or higher. Hand cannons fixed an issue where the Trials hand cannon, I don't know how to say that name. Hand cannon had a lower than intended stat package. Ooh, what? Okay. Fixed an issue where Phonotria Ferris zoom was set to 14 instead of 12, and the hipfire reticle was displaying when aiming down sights. So the Crucible spread hand cannon was not. We're gonna have to get into game. I have to see that. Exotic weapons. Vigilance wing fixed an issue where the weapon was not currently improving health recovery when last stand was active. Now grants 100% health stat when the perk is active. Dead messenger reduced wave damage against players, so it can no longer kill in a single shot if all 3 waves impact. Okay, yeah, even though like in Will's Trials, you can go in there and you could have gone in there and one shot people with Dead Messenger. I never played with it. I try not to play with cheesy stuff a lot of the times because that's not going to make me better at the game. So my focus most of the time is gun to gun gameplay. get better movement and aiming. That's how you're gonna get better at this game. Not using cheesy stuff. Cheesy stuff is fun sometimes. Weapon perks. Burning ambitions. You reduce the scorch stacks applied by primary weapons to already scorched players by 6. Unchanged against combatants. So I'm guessing combatants means like PvE. Enhanced 1-2 punch. Fixed an issue where the buff text was not displaying when the perk was active on primary weapons. So I guess like the spread hand cannons, because those are the only primary weapons that can get 1-2 punch. Abilities. General movement. Default player movement, speed, and jump height is now equal to pre 9.0.0 tier 3 mobility for Titans, Warlocks, and tier 4 mobility for hunters. Final blows while in Matter Ball now grants special and heavy ammo progress. Okay, like when you can kill enemies when you're in Matter Ball. So I guess before you weren't getting special and heavy ammo progress. So now when you're in that form, you can. Nice change. Fix an issue where the solar flare orb had no HUD melee icon. Fix an issue where Solstice, Scorch, Crucible Ops matches were not progressing the step of the Celebration Solstice quest. Titan, Flesh Storm. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Fix an issue where Flesh's Storm could be used indefinitely when holding a Solstice Solar Flare Orb. Okay. A Hunter, Tempest Storm, damage now correctly procs combination blow. Warlock, handheld supernova, increased damage versus combatants by 20%. Seasonal artifact, update the artifact perk Shield Crush to give strand grapple melee an additional damage increase instead of a multiplicative one. Sorry, I can't say that word. Some words I'm not going to be able to say because I'm part of having my issues being dyslexic and stuff. Quest and pre-suits. Fixing the issue where some players could not restart the altar of relativity after performing the rite of ignition for steps 11 in the Edge of Fate quest. Fix an issue where the portal's body counter daily challenge was not progressing faster with guarding kills. General, fix an issue where the tier 5 giver's blessing from the altars of relativity required completing more triumphs than were available in the Kepler title. Note, the title only requires 24 of the 29 triumphs, but this weapon requires all 29. Reduce the frequency of Eververse messaging appearing when logging in or returning to orbit. Music will now play as expected when multiple guardians entered with the life of the party multiplayer emote. Okay, so that's the update for today. What, August 12th? Not bad. I like some of the changes. Let's talk about what's going on, what they changed, what you like, what you didn't like. Like, I'm not too big of a fan of the competitive, like you just get rewarded just by anticipating. I like how it's a win, but maybe that's just me. I don't know. Let me know if I'm wrong. If you want, leave a like, and I'm out of here. Thank you. Peace.